Hi everyone, this is Kurt again from Curtis Chicken Ranch. As you can see here, we're last video we did, I showed you that we brought in 4 different breeds of chicks from Murray McMurray Hatcheries. I had them in the brooder in the shop. I showed you videos. Now if you didn't see this, then go back to a previous video and take a look and see how we set it up. We did the unboxing on these chicks. There's 2 different age groups here as far as the chicks now, because I had 2 separate batches come in. So we have one batch in here that's is I guess about 5 weeks old, and there's one batch in here that's 3 weeks old. So they're about 2 weeks difference on this. So they're fully feathered. I was a little bit concerned about the 2 different age groups of chicks in here, but there's no kind of animosity or anything like that. They're doing fine together. So they're doing good, growing, and they're eating like crazy, going through a lot of chick feed. So now, this is July, typical weather in Texas. I mean, it gets to 95 to 100. Nights are normally around 80 to 85. So they don't need to be in any type of heating element here. And as you can see, all I've got here for a temporary brooder, what I got here for a temporary brooder is just an old glue tote or liquid tote. And that's really all you need. You could do something fancy. I did something very simple, where I just cut out one of these fluid totes. They're like a 4 foot by 4 foot by 3 foot tall. So they seem to work really well. Some things here we're doing differently than when they were chicks is, I said there's no heater in here because it's warm enough. The second thing is we don't have to worry about the chicks getting into the waters and drowning, because they're now older and they're not necessarily trying to climb back in the egg. So they're doing well, so we can have just a regular waterer. And then also with the feed, we still get them on chick feed. I think it's Purina chick feed, but just you need to be looking for something at least 20-24% protein. So they're still getting in there. If you have it set up to where they can, I had this suspended off the ground a little bit. Mainly just to keep them out of there from scratching. They're gonna get in there and scratch anyway, and you're gonna lose a lot of feed when they're scratching. So you might want to elevate it up a little bit, like what I did. But you can use any type of feeder now, because they're able to get what they want. The second thing, or another thing, is when you first bring them out to the outside, they're not used to being on the outside. So you want to make sure you put them in the brooder. The first batch I put out here, I put them just in this is like a 10 by 10 dog run that I went ahead and put some 1-inch square chicken wire on the bottom of it just to keep them in and to keep other little varmints out. This was just chain link fence fabric. But what you want to do is actually pick, when you take them out of your brooder with the heater and stuff when they're babies, make sure you put them in the temporary structure first. Because what you're going to find out is when it's come time to roost, they're not going to know where to go. So put them in the structure first, like what I did. Put them inside this little, liquid tote that I made a little brooder out of. On the inside, if I showed it to you, they've got some little roosting places. There you go, one's flying on top of the food now. And they've also got a small water inside of it for the new ones. I just put some more in there today, so I wanted to make sure there's water in there. I made the mistake last time about just putting them in the outside. Yes, Susie, I hear you. Remember Susie on the previous videos? She wants to come play with the chicks. But anyway, on this, when you bring the chicks out here, make sure you start them off in the little enclosure. That way, it's nice and it's comfortable. That way they don't feel threatened in any way. When they feel like they're not being threatened, then they'll come out. They'll feel comfortable. Let them out. Then when they come for nighttime, they know where to go back into. And I still, while they're younger, I'll go ahead and before I go to bed, I'll go ahead and kind of shoo them into it, just to kind of get them used to going there at nighttime. As you can see, they're having no problem roosting on the feeder right now. So I said those are the 5-year-old ones. Oh, 5-month-old. They're actually flying pretty good. So anyway, I said some of these are at 5 weeks, some of these are 3 weeks. All of them are doing well. I said there's the dark Cornish game, the Rhode Island Reds, Rising, I think they're Rising Stars, Rising something, maybe Rising Stars. And then I've got some Dominiques that haven't been put in here yet because for some reason those chicks are smaller and I didn't want to put them out. So I'm going to leave them on the inside of the shop one more week before I bring them out. But they're all doing good. The Dominiques are doing well inside the shop right now. So the most important thing when you bring them out, a lot of food. They'll eat you out of house and home now, but you want that. You want that. You want them growing as fast as possible. Whether you either got a meat bird or you got egg bird. And there goes Susie. Susie! 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 Susie, don't chase the chicks. Don't chase the chicks. You gotta watch if you got cats or if you've got dogs or whatever, they will chase these chicks around. Even Susie, our rescue dog. Hi Susie, girl. How you doing? Come here, come here. Y'all see Susie from last time? Yep, there she is. Okay. So we'll make sure that she can't get in it. By the way, there's no way she can get in it, but she will start chasing them around. So I said, really important, keep lots of food, lots of water when it's hot. You need to make sure you have a lot of liquid there. Watch them at nighttime. Make sure they go into the structure when they roost. Other than that, they're just going to grow now. They're just going to grow. So the most important thing is eat a lot of food, drink a lot of water, and they'll be fine. So haven't had any problem with any kind of varmints coming out, bobcats or coyotes, even though we have some in the area. But we haven't had any of them try to get into these, which is good. I said this structure's it's got chain link fence fabric, and it's also got 1-inch chicken wire, and I've got a roof on it to where nothing can get inside of here. So they're protected. So anyway, this is where they're at. This is week 3 for some. This is also, hi there little one, coming up to meet me. How you doing? This is week 3 for some. This is week 5 for others. I'll go ahead and catch up again probably when I bring the Dominiques out here. So they're still a little bit small to come out here. So stay tuned. Kind of keep up with us. If you have a comment listed below, if you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, whatever. I'm gonna keep this going. Also got some other projects we're gonna be working on. Because we did a shop extension that I think I may have showed you that in the past. I may touch back on that again that I built myself. And also, we're going to do some solar around the house here. So I guess we're going to call it suburban solar or something like that. This is not necessarily a homestead. But we're going to be doing some different things here. So yes, Susie. Susie wants to get into the shop here. So stay tuned. Watch the channel. And if you got any suggestions, let me know. And we'll catch you later. Okay? This is Curly from Curly's Chicken Ranch. Catch you next time.